Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom, and today we're going to talk about the 90 Day Fiancé Season 10, Episode 17, You May Now Kiss the Bride. So it looks like almost every couple has gotten married or on the way to get married, because in 2 weeks we will have a tell-all, and I'm so ready for this tell-all, especially when it comes to the Nikki and Igor / Justin situation. Now, if you're new here, please don't forget to hit that like button. Also subscribe. And if you're not new, please hit that like button as well. Leave in your comments. You'll be able to join the panel if you want to during this live. And, you have the option of not showing your face when I drop the link, or you can continue on with the comments in the chat. So hopefully everyone got a chance to watch the episode, whether when it came out or on the streaming, so you're all caught up of what's going on. And hello to everyone on the replay. So let's see who's actually here. And hello to everyone in the bushes. Hello and welcome. All right, we have Tamika. Hey girl, hey, yes. And hello to the Jasmine show. And hello to Miss Sharon. Yes, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you so much. So quick overview, then I'm going to drop the link because we'll talk about this. I think the bulk of the season is going to come down to next week, right before the finale. So we'll get into it for that. So on the episode, we had Nikki and Justin, Sophie and Rob, Clayton and Anali, Citra Sam, and Gino and Jasmine. Now, let me just say, for me personally, I was surprised with Sophie's mom. What's her name? Claire, that actually came to Rob's place. We'll get into that when we get into detail of what happened, during their time on the show. But listen, I have to say she's better than me, because I wouldn't be up in there for any reason, period. Okay, I'm just saying. Anyways, hey, Devonte, hello. How are you? And Felt Foster Dogma. All right, so it looks like everyone on this episode, minus Nikki and Justin, are on the way to the chapel to get married, right? So real quick, we'll start off with Nikki and Justin, then I'll drop the link if you want to join in. So it's time for Nikki to go back home. Now, I have to stop and pause, because Nikki technically should have went home, weeks ago, but somehow she talked herself into staying and being with Justin and Justin, Igor, whoever he is to her at this time. When she's mad, is Igor, his government name, okay? His Moldovan government name. When she's in love, is Justin. Okay, so he's getting ready. He has a shirt with her face on it, and she's like, "Oh my God, when did you do this?" I'm like, "Girl, what do you mean? You probably have a million of these shirts," and was like, "When are you gonna wear it?" Okay, so you finally wore it on your last day. Because if you think back to the engagement party, when they're like, "Oh, you said you would sing the next time you were here," she's like, "Oh no. Mm-mm. No, I can't do it. Okay, where's the mic?" And it sounded like a whole karaoke show. But you know what? I'm not one to talk about it, because, to me, I can hold a tune, but no one said I was a singer, dropping records or whatever, discs or whatever they do, stream or whatever, But anyways, so she's on her way home, and like I said, she's happy that he's got the shirt on, and she's going to miss him. Of course, she showed all her emotions to him the whole time she was in Moldova. Versus he kind of did when he felt it was, the time was right, I should say. But I don't know, Justin still goes back and forth. He needs to figure out who he wants to be and live in his truth, because his flip-flopping back and forth, I'm not Team Nikki and I'm not Team Igor, but I can see why. She feels like she can't trust him. And, even though she's low-key saying, if you do this, I'm going to do that to you and all this other stuff. She's saying it sarcastically, but she would probably attempt to do it because she just has that type of energy. And I think he knows it too. Well, on the way to the airport, they stopped by his mother's house so that the mom could say goodbye, where they could say goodbye to each other, Nick and his mom. And the mom gives her some nice little Nikki said some accessories to remember her by as a mother's love and gesture. And she's very happy that his family and friends have accepted her for who she is. And, she can't wait to get back home. But at the same time, when she gets back home, what's he going to do? Is he still going to keep in contact with her? Or is he going to be out doing his own thing? Because she really can't sleep good at night. Thinking about that. Matter of fact, she couldn't sleep good at night when she was in Moldova. So, she's still taking that same stress home. And then, did y'all notice when she was walking, to the TSA line and she's like waving and blowing kisses, stuff like that? He's just standing there looking at her. He didn't wave or nothing. Now, maybe he was, in his emotions, but he couldn't like give her like a, wait, kiss back at you too? Because can you imagine when Nikki finally does like get to the terminal or whatever, she's like, how come texting, how come you didn't throw a kiss to me? And how come I can see all that extras going on? So I'm gonna read your comments and then I'm gonna drop the link before we continue on. All right. So Tamika, you said you wouldn't be there either at, girl, no. Sophie and Rob's house. You said that shirt was horrible. Hello, Joe. How are you? And Tamika, you also say he was like, go already. Yeah, he kind of was, but he was like that the whole time she was in Moldova too, if you ask me. Because like I said, he flip-flops too much and he just needs to live in his truth, whatever that is. Okay. And he needs to be, she wants to move on in her life. She's 47. He's what, 35, 6. Okay. She's ready to settle down and have the happily ever after, the white picket fence. And he's like, still giving the energy like he's still, I don't know, trying to sow his oats still in his middle 30s, So I don't know what's going on with that, but I don't know. I just think he, it's hard to say really because, you don't want to offend anybody, but seriously, Justin, Igor, you need to live in your truth, whatever that means for you. So, all right. Let's see. Now we're going to jump to Sophie and Rob, and also drop the link for anybody who wants to join. You can if you choose to, or you can stay in the chat. It's up to you. So Sophie and Rob, they have 2 days to get married, and they're still planning their wedding with their ups and downs that they're going through that they've had. And Sophie is picking out flowers for the wedding. She said her colors were pink, blue. Did she say pink, blue, and white? I'm like, is this a wedding or is this a gender reveal? You know what I'm saying? Because pink, blue, baby. And I'm like, let me see the colors. Like, what's she talking about? Like pink as in mauve or blue as in what? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I don't like this color combination. Matter of fact, who picked out this combination? If it was Sophie, I get it because Sophie's young. But Rob, I'm like, come on now. Your taste should be just a little bit more up there for me. But Sophie's mother, Claire, meets her at the flower shop to pick out the flowers. And even her mom was like, well, who picked those out? She goes, Rob did. Let me show you a picture. So I think Claire had the same idea as me. Like, what is this, a gender reveal? But anyways, are you ready backstage? Okay, here we go. So hello, Tamika. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Fine. Before I continue on, since I was just on Nikki and Justin, what'd you think about that? Do you feel like he still needs to live in his truth, or because she can't trust him?
Yeah, he needs to live in his truth outside of that closet they living in, because that's not the truth. And then when you said that the pink and blue flowers, I was like, so they doing a gender reveal? Because that's pink and blue, and yeah.
Did she say pink, blue, and white? It's still pink and blue.
She just said, I thought, did she say white? I didn't even hear white if she said it. I heard pink and blue.
She said 3 different colors, but I'm like, okay. Thing would go with that as white. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, that's, you pregnant? Like, what's happening here? So
I hope not.
Sharon says, I skipped that part. Rob and Sophie, they're annoying. Yeah, but Sharon, it got a little sketchy when her mom came. Devonte, Igor was happy once Nikki left, and I'm going to have to stay in the crowd. I got COVID, unfortunately, but I'm doing okay. Okay. Well, feel better.
Yeah,
you do know the screen, though, but you feel better. Yeah. You rest and be in the crowd, hopefully, if you can, for Married at First Sight, because, anyway, moving on. But feel better, Devonte. So, anyway, so they're picking out the wedding flowers, and next scene is later in the evening. We have Rob and Sophie are packing up to go to Santa Barbara to get married. I'm like, so you can pay to go to Santa Barbara, which if the Jasmine show is in here right now, there's so much rain in California right now that's coming through this way today. It's like, it's too much. But Rob has money to go to Santa Barbara. Who's paying for, it's producers though, right? But anyways, they're getting married, and that's when Sophie drops the bomb. It's like, oh, my mom decided that she wants to stay here with us for the final night before we leave to Santa Barbara. And I'm like, now, Sophie, why would your mother want to stay with you for the final night unless she thinks that you're going to drive off without her? Because listen, I'm not staying. When I came the first time to see how you was living, you and Rob, because it's her decision too, even though it's Rob's place, I'm not staying here. One.
No.
And yeah, I do think her mom really would have not her mom, that Rob would have convinced Sophie to drive off. Oh, your mom could catch up later. So I think when she said that and that threw Rob off, he was like, what? Well, as long as she's cool. And here come mom already dragging her carry-on. Talk about this is ridiculous. Because I want to know, ma'am, why didn't you stay at the hotel?
Exactly. To sleep on an air mattress.
And not even a good air mattress either. I know he don't have room in there, but it did. And speaking of air mattress, why didn't Rob sleep on an air mattress and she get in the bed with her daughter?
Right. Don't they got a dog too? Where's the dog at?
Girl, we haven't seen the dog since they walked it months ago. Anyways, let me read some more comments. Devonte said, I'm not going to be out here sniffing. Y'all watch me wipe my nose. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, feel better. Jazz, you say Santa Barbara. Yes, it is. It's expensive. Santa Barbara. Mm-hmm. You also say, but the courthouse in Santa Barbara is beautiful, so they may save on the venue. Okay. And then Devonte, you say, Rob's the only person I know go out a nice date in t-shirt. I'm glad she was not in front of the refrigerator. I was cracking up. Well, we technically didn't see where she was because when he blew up the air mattress with an air pump, this is how you know that he got that from somewhere, because the air mattresses these days you plug them in, they blow up by themselves. I have one, not for me to sleep on, but if whenever my granddaughter comes over, she wants to sleep, kids sleep crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a nice one, it's a queen size one. You know what I'm saying? So, but still, he should have slept on that air mattress as a gentleman, regardless of how you feel about her mom, because you still marrying her. And mom should got into bed, they could change the sheets and stuff. But you know what I'm saying? So mama's already acting up. She's like, Sophie, come outside with me. And so mom and Sophie start talking, and Sophie has to calm mom down. But I'm like, he can still hear you. The door is open. You know what I'm saying? It's open. So what is the point of that? And so, but do you think that the mom was kind of like a little out of line for automatically having an attitude when she walked in instead of trying to, go with the flow?
Well, she came in hot because they didn't help her with her bag through the door. Yeah, she came in hot. I think that's just her personality. Not saying it's good or bad, but I think that, yeah, she could have toned it down. But it seems that after her daughter spoke to her, she then toned it down and was like a little bit more nicer.
Yeah, and she admitted that she was, when she gets upset or agitated, she's like that. But as a mother, and I know you as a mother too, and anybody else in the chat, but specifically me and you, because we talked about it, I know talked in the chat too. I would have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the mom should have gifted them a hotel room. Because think about Rob's car too. If they're driving to Santa Barbara, where's she gonna be at? It's only a 2-seater.
She's gonna be crouching tiger, hidden dragon in the back, holding on to the luggage like this on the top of the car.
Right? Because I'm like, no. Hopefully, production set them up with a nice Uber or something, because this is not it. Because I'm like, The Jasmine show says we have got a fancy mattress out there now. Right? Okay. They're nice now. They don't have to get the ones like that anymore. And Devonte, you say, I just noticed a pop machine outside his door. There's so much outside his door. I'm just saying. So much outside his door. In the door, outside the door. Devonte, you also say, Mom was definitely on a line, like we know his place is small. but you don't have to make him feel lower than he probably already does, especially on camera and especially being someone. Well, she already did that when she came the first time. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways. Oh, someone your daughter cares about. I mean, just again, I don't know. I think it's a mom thing, especially when you know that your kids could be doing better and they end up with a bum. There's nothing they can say or do that's going to make you change your mind. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully their mind will change, but life experience will have them change their minds to go better because Sophie's young and on from there. Anyway, so like I said, I wouldn't have stayed there personally. I just would have went to another night at the hotel and I just would have met y'all at the venue because I know my daughter wouldn't have got married without me. You know what I'm saying? So it was Sophie wouldn't did it. But the mom did apologize for her attitude and she did end up thanking Rob for doing the blowing up the air mattress and she was trying to be nice and Rob wasn't even looking at her. He's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Passive aggressive. So I guess aggressive meant passive aggressive. So it's whatever. All right. So let's move to Citra and Sam. So they have their Muslim ceremony and now it's time for an American ceremony. I had to pause it so many times while I watched this because I was like, we are being, at least me, I'll speak for myself. I was being punked. I'm like, this can't be real. This cannot be happening. First of all, did Sam really think that he was going to have a Christian ceremony after he converted to being Muslim? I'm like, you didn't think about this? This is how I know, Sam, that yes, he converted just to be with Citra and he didn't convert to learn the ways, the laws, and the lifestyle. Because I'm like, come on. I just thought this was obvious. What'd you think about that, Tamika and Jack?
Yeah, I was like, dude, yeah, you can't mix apples and oranges. That's like having a Christian ceremony and a JW ceremony. You can't do it.
Right.
You can't do it.
Devonte said, but her dad literally didn't make any sense. You didn't want to, I think you mean a Christian pastor to marry your daughter, but you let his brother who's Christian marry your daughter. Make it make sense. Well, Devonte, I think it's like this. I think because it's his brother and his brother, maybe someone else explained that, yeah, he took this course to marry, but maybe he could be non-denominational kind of thing versus Christian pastor is just that.
Right.
Christian pastor. You could be non-denominational. So, but anyway, so that was number one. So number two is, Sam explained to Citra and her sisters how the ceremony would go. I'm like, she didn't flip it the other way. Now she didn't do her research. It was like a seesaw for me all episode for them. So she got a wedding dress, but she don't know what's the details of this wedding dress and tell her sisters because she's clearly the only one who speaks well enough English. I'm like, what? Come on. I shouldn't have to think watching. I should just be able to watch and have form my opinion. Right. So then they finally found his brother. And I'm just curious to know, I think the brother that was helping him get ready is when I dropped the spoiler with one of her sisters. I think it's the sister with the hijab.
Yeah.
And so he's like, well, why not Luke? And I'm like, so you have another brother that we haven't met. Because I'm a thinker. I'm a logical thinker. I'm like, where did he come from this whole season? Because we saw mom, grandma, your brother one time, okay? And Sam. Okay. So he's like, okay, problem solved. Then, to your point, Devonte, he went to talk to Citra's dad about it and he went through it. And then, is it just me? And I'm not saying, how people say like black people look alike. I'm not saying this from a racist point of view, period. But didn't Sam's family look like they were family? Didn't they look like they was family? Like they all went through the struggle together? Y'all know what I'm trying to say? Struggle together. Both sides of the family. Mom's side, side. I'm like, y'all all went through the struggle?
All of them. Yeah. Yeah, they all did. I'm about to tell you to mute your mic.
I'm trying to be political about this.
Yeah.
But correct. But it did. It looked like they went through the same struggle. Okay, so let me read a comment. Phil Foster Dog Mom says, I believe Citra is a Muslim for her father's sake, wanting to please him. She clearly wasn't thinking of dad when she drank that bar. Listen, Citra has been on IG doing all kind of stuff that was saying she just
Citra out here in these streets.
She out here for real. She been out here.
Yeah.
Okay. Devonte said, you see, me mute my mic. He's not even on the panel. The whole family fight all day long. Exactly. Both sides.
Mm-hmm. They did. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, on the struggle bus. Yes. At the same time.
At the same time.
Now,
so
go ahead.
I think with the brother, I think what I heard was that with the brother, why the dad was okay with it is because he wanted them to read from the Quran. I think that's how you pronounce the Quran, and not the Bible. So he didn't want any like biblical scriptures and that's where it came in. Yeah,
no, I understand that completely.
Yeah.
That's why I said the brother, the non-denominational, didn't read everything, you know what I'm saying? He read excerpts of different things. Now, let's jump to the ceremony. First of all, why didn't brother take off his hat? First of all, it was already backwards, but why did you take off your hat? That's what I'm saying.
He's been talking to Gino.
I said you could at least take off your hat, I'm not saying he wasn't presentable, but be presentable. You know what I'm saying? Make it it's a real wedding, you know what I'm saying? Not just like, oh, I'm here. Oh, I got caught off guard. Do you, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, but after the ceremony is when mom came up. And mom, sorry, mom, I'm going to call you out on this. I didn't believe you either. Neither did your son. She said, I would have came, but grandma was sick. I would have came up there. He said, Sam, sir, are you sure? She said, yes, I am. Praise the Lord. A hand on the Bible. I said, that's why you didn't come, Mom. That's exactly why you didn't come. Exactly. Because you wouldn't be able to hold your tongue. So, well, anyways, I'm glad that they got all that out the way and Sam got what he wanted, because I was tired of him talking about his needs for real. I was tired of that. So, anyways. All right. So, let's move to Clayton and Anali. First of all, I'm just going to say, like I continue to say, Clayton, you spicy. You spicy. You spicy. You got an attitude. In my opinion, you got a short man's complex. It's coming across on TV. He's got all kind of stuff out on IG, going back and forth with people. But sometimes it's not the editing. It's your personality that's shining through. To flip that, same thing with Anali. I've never thought she looked at you like she liked you. Period.
She don't.
Period.
She going through the motions.
Going through the motions. So it's 10 hours or 7 hours before they get married. And Clayton is still upset about the bachelorette party. But why though? That's tradition. We talked about that, a couple weeks ago. That's tradition for a lot of women to have a party. It's tradition for a man to have a bachelor party. Now, just because you decide to have a pool party with your bestie, that's your problem. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. So now Clayton is upset because she's thinking about packing up and going home. But guess what, though? Anali has talked about packing up to going home more than once. It's like third or fourth time. Nowhere. I know she's not, but this is the third or fourth time. But so why is he like, blame his sister this time, about the strippers and everything else? No, it's your attitude. She admitted it. She said, I don't know. It's been 2.5 years of Clayton with his energy, and she doesn't know she want to go through with it, which leads me to believe again, since her mother only knows and not her father, they're keeping a secret from her father. Right. And that their energy just doesn't mix, that I believe that she's doing it for the status of a green card. I'm just putting it out there for Anali, in my opinion. What you think, Tamika and chat?
I agree. Yeah, she don't want you. You can tell. She just going through the motions, and because it shouldn't have took this long. I know it's a dramatic pause, for ratings or whatever, but he should have been mad at the sister and not at her because she didn't know, and then when she said she thought she was about to get deported. So
right. But I don't think he should have been mad at the sister either, because he asked his sister to help out, do all these other things. And Anali told his sister on the side that she was going to do something else, not have a movie night. Now, if that's what you want to do, I guess, but anyways, comments real quick. Devonte, you say, she is immature and so is he. And why would you make the guinea pig sound at the end of your voice message? Like, yeah, they'll turn her on. Oh, cheeky, 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 cheeky. Yeah, that's his thing. I heard cheeky means baby, so he's calling her baby. So, all right. Miss Sweet 2J, hello, said, I think maybe she liked him when he went to visit her in Peru, but when she came to the U.S. and saw the situation, it changed her views.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah, I believe that too. I think they had a lot to do with it. I mean, you walk in, you see someone's mother in the closet. I don't care. It's like, why are they living in the closet? Then you got pigs and dogs, and it's not the best
too much
keeping around, So I think that had a lot to do with it. But to me, it's like she said, and you can tell in the way that they communicate. She don't, in my opinion, she don't like him like that. She just doesn't.
No.
So, all right. Well, anyways, at the wedding, before they get married, Clayton is there and was his friend named Cameron. They say reserve a seat for his brother who passed away in a car accident, which was nice. So he's emotional about that. So I understand that part of it. So we're not going to talk about that, Clayton. But moving on to the wedding. So Anali's at home and she's calling her mom, telling her mom about the things that's happened in the past in the bachelorette party. And she's unsure because of Clayton's attitude. What should she do? And then her mother said, it was translated that, why throw away 2.5 years of what you've been working for in this relationship?
Her mother like, listen, don't mess this up. I'm trying to get there too.
Exactly. That's so I'm like, there's no way. And I'm sure it's not the first time she ran this past her mom. If they're taking this time to hide this from dad, this is not the first time to her mother. You know what I'm saying? And her mom's sick too. So, you tend to say a little bit more when someone has, whatever. But I don't think that's the advice I would give. Matter of fact, I know it's not.
No.
The minute, if you tell me you're unhappy once, if it's something silly, okay. I'm like, well, maybe think about it. But for your whole entire relationship, nah. I encourage you to continue. I'll tell you to come on home. Because Anali's question to come home herself. So, the whole season. So that's what I'm saying. All right. Well, after that, while Clayton is reminiscing about his brother and his brother not being there, why does he get a text from Anali's mama? See, that's something else I wouldn't do either. I'm not texting you to tell you what my daughter said about you.
Exactly.
I'm not texting you. So it's like, hey, Anali's thinking about not coming. You may want to talk her into, right? Getting back so we could be a family kind of thing, I'm guessing. I don't know. So anyways, he says he don't know what to think about it, but he goes ahead and gets married because Anali, I'm not married, dressed for the wedding. Anali is not answering the phone calls. To me, if I get a message from your mother who's in a whole nother country about you, I'm sure the wedding venue isn't that far away from the house.
I'm going back to the house.
I'm going to go back to the house and see what's going on. Be like, hey, your mom texts me. Are you okay? Do you want to do this? You know what I'm saying? Because your guests, if they're already there or coming, are going to wait for you. Your sister, she's, helped you plan, will direct and let them know it's been a delay for some reason. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. What you think about the mom? Would you have done it?
I probably would not have.
Wait a minute. You hesitated. Have you done it?
I've gotten my daughter out of some situations with some messages. Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna say some. I'm gonna say one specific one. But yeah.
No, I mean with your daughter's significant other. Have you done it to their significant
Oh
other?
no. This was just I can't even say what I want to say, but no. One thing about probably your daughter and mine, they definitely not gonna put up with no foolishness.
Mhm.
And she sees them red flags, and as soon as she see it, she's like, okay, let me go the other way because I'm over it. And she knows that if it's starting at this point, then it's not going to stop. So,
That's true.
but
That's
she wants to. We all know what the deal is, allegedly. But yeah,
right. Allegedly, right. So now we're at a cliffhanger with Clayton and Anali. Is 30 minutes. She's 30 minutes late from the wedding to start. So it started at 6.
hmm
It's now 6:30. So it's like, oh, I guess
hmm
we're gonna start talking to the guests. I'm like, it's only been 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Maybe an hour, but not 30 minutes. But
hmm
we'll have to see what happens next week with them. All right. So the grand crescendo, Gino and Jasmine. So it's been 3 years. Now there's so much information coming out with them. I want to know what's true. Hopefully at the tell-all we can find out what's true, because I dropped something last week, but now I see something else. I'm like, for real? And why
And they about
she's
to be on. Yeah, they about to be on the new show.
exactly.
Why she's sucking toes and stuff.
Ugh.
Ugh, I know.
Maybe I'll have the clip next week. I forgot to download it, but yeah, I was like, ugh, we had to see that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's 3 years after Gino and Jasmine got together, and 18 months since the K-1 visa process that they're getting married. Gino said, he was worried about her being his wife. I'm like, first of all, I don't even know how you even made it here, Gino. I know how Jasmine did, because she was going to get you to that altar regardless. Because Jasmine and her family, well, her sisters have an agenda, because they said it. Okay.
hmm
But with all the different tapes, the toothbrushes, I should have been with Dan, not with you. He's
hmm
throwing this, throwing that, and you still want to marry someone like, talk about a red flag. Our daughters are old,
Never.
he's old enough to be their father, right? He's
Right.
older than what's
Yeah.
happening, right? So
Yeah. One
and
thing about Jasmine, she looked stunning.
she did look stunning.
She looked stunning. I was like, that dress was perfect for her. Yeah, she looked stunning.
Devonte, I'm not even reading that. No, exactly. Hashtag mute my mic.
Listen, I wanted to message y'all and be like, he took off his hat. I was at work. I stood up, put my hands up like, oh, he took off his hat. He took off his hat.
And he looks good.
Fine. Wait a minute. Let me go back. Before when he got out the car and he was like, which hat? And I'm like, ain't that the same hat?
Same hat. Maybe the size maybe it was a little tighter, one was a little loose.
Then the dog tried to commit suicide, and
Belle Foster Dog Mom says, with Gino and Jasmine, you can't believe anything that comes out their mouth and half of what you see. That's true. And go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah, I agree.
And was it me, or was it the same makeup artist that was doing Citra also did Jasmine? Was that the same sister?
I don't think so.
It was someone different? Okay.
Yeah.
And since, what's the dog's name? Coco?
Coco.
Yeah. Since Jasmine loves Coco so much, why was Coco riding with Gino? I'm like, why is he with? That's something different.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was nice that Gino's uncle Salvador walked Jasmine down the aisle. Now he was looking at Jasmine too, like, "Hey, yes,
Right.
I had reservations, but look at you now." I said, "Sir, stop, knock it off." So, but it was a nice ceremony. She looked really amazing, her dress, and when she called her sisters, she was emotional because she wanted them there. And I also thought it was nice that they were able to stream.
Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah.
In Panama. So I don't have anything negative to say about that. And the vows, they were regular vows to me. Did they say anything?
Basic.
Yeah, basic vows. Let me read some more comments. Miss Sweet 2J says, I can't stand that couple. I think TLC is torching us with them. I wonder what else they have to show us. We've seen it all. Now she's about that OnlyFans life. Yeah, I heard that too. They're not my favorite couple at all either. At all. Sharon, you say, Gino and Jasmine, I can't. Finally married. What's next for them? The next season of the 90 Day that's going to be out March 17th or 15th. 15, 16, 17, something like that. Anyway, so at the reception, you know, they had a nice Italian wedding reception. That was nice. And then why did Jasmine say, oh, now we're going to work on having a baby? I thought she didn't want to have no kids.
Wait a minute, whose jacket did she have on? Because it wasn't Gino's.
I have no idea. Maybe his nephew.
Oh, okay, because he still had his on. I'm like, what jacket she got on?
Yeah, the nephew had blue, so maybe it was the nephew. But yeah, but he took that hat off, and I was like, it's about time for those pictures. They took nice pictures. And he finally did it. Go Gino with the hat, I mean. You know.
Right.
So I was happy for him because he was happy. That's what he wanted. You know, may not be the way he feels life is gonna be, but that's exactly
life ain't how it is now because she on IG with no rings. So
she's on IG with no rings, and I did hear that Miss Sweet 2J about the OnlyFans thing. And then I saw a picture yesterday with her holding her stomach, talking about, well, the caption was, you know, someone said, is she pregnant? Because she had like a little bump. And I'm like, I just saw you do a health food thing with a sponsor. So
he got a job? Did he get a show back?
He gonna have to. You know, these shows, you know, was a couple years ago, so maybe he got his job back, but still.
Yeah, because they got married in early in 22?
June of last year. June 23.
June of 23. Okay.
Yeah. They were June of 23. Citra and Sam were October of 23. The only people who got married early. Oh, and
that was the witch that got married last year.
Yeah. And then Clayton and Anali was also July or August of 23 as well. Let's see. Devonte, you said a baby. She's been on IG a lot. I haven't seen Gino, but I've seen her. Miss Sweet 2J says she's not even looking after the 2 kids she already has. I know, but she got what she wanted, that the wedding. That's what she got. That's what she wanted to get those kids. So before I go into next week's episode, the episode before the finale, I want to get some updates real quick if you haven't already seen them. Have y'all heard about Mary and Brandon? With the baby? Mary, you know, they're in the Philippines. Apparently, they have, now this was out yesterday and today. Apparently, they're saying that Mary has pancreatic cancer and they're doing a GoFundMe. But the GoFundMe got shut down for possible fraud. Okay. Right. So I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but it got shut down. It's being investigated for fraud. So I hope they're not using that because y'all, well, if you don't know, I'm on a cancer remission myself. And, you know, that's a disease for a lifetime. You don't play with stuff. Yeah. Mom says Mary faking. I mean, has anyone else seen that?
I have not seen it, but oh my goodness.
Yep.
If that ain't true and you trying to get money, oh my gosh.
Yep, that's what it says. And also, Devonte, you say, yeah, I must have got tired. I thought you was hashtag mute your mic. Yeah. Matter of fact, also, if you type in InTouch Weekly, it was on there too. Where Brandon was disputing that it was fake and that Mary is in the hospital now. It says that she's always complained of stomach pains and vomiting since high school. And I'm thinking to myself, but if she had a baby and had these pains, but then again, she is in the Philippines and doesn't have a lot of money.
They even got clean water. That's probably what it is.
So I don't know. Either way, it's being investigated. So if you see it, you won't be able to donate. Devonte says, I wouldn't be shocked because look who the man in the house is that has to figure out the problem. I guess. So that was that one. Oh, I told you both about the Jasmine supposedly being possibly pregnant, having a health food deal, and then marrying her GoFundMe, whatever she got going on. So, anyways, next week's episode we have Ashley and Manuel supposed to get married, and Ashley freaking out because there's a hurricane coming. And again, this was filmed in 2022, so they're already married. Sam still has to figure out his court issues. Rob and Sophie's wedding is on the beach in Santa Barbara, but when Sophie's walking to the aisle with her mother, she turns away and goes a different direction. Do y'all think they got married? Because here's another one. Rumor is they're living in Austin, Texas. So with me seeing the Rob lookalike at the DFW a month ago, you never know. You never know. What y'all think? Y'all think they got married? Because I don't know. Anybody know?
Yeah, because I haven't seen anything about them.
Yeah. And then it's like, will Anali make it to the wedding venue? We already gave you some little updates about that. And then the big to-do, this is what I want to know. I've been wanting to know this for the whole season. Nikki is upset with Igor, saying she gave her money, her heart, and her future is over because Igor is doing whatever he's doing. She can't trust him. So apparently, whether he's back doing what he was doing before she got there, or I don't know. He called off the engagement, but that's what I want to find out. And she's been crying the whole season anyways. So
yeah,
who knows?
yeah.
Right? Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Did you have anything to add, Chad or Tamika, about Gino and Jasmine, Ashley, Citra Sam, Clayton, Sophie, and anybody else?
No. I have to find Jasmine, but I don't even think she's here. I think she's in New York. Because I've been searching.
Why would she be in New York though?
I thought that's where she was. She was taking a lot of pictures on Instagram, and she was like, it was in New York. But she might be here. Let's see. It's about to get warm.
But they do film the tell-all in New York for some of them. So that's
okay,
could be
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mom says, I hope Sophie and Rob don't get married. Nikki and Igor won't get married either. The way she was carrying on, Nikki and Igor aren't married, and I heard they weren't either. I saw one snippet of Nikki a couple weeks ago on IG doing, I sent it to you to make a Barbie makeup tutorials, and that was it. As far as Rob and Ashley, Rob and Sophie, I don't know. I really can't say. Like I said, I haven't heard anything about them. I just seen a picture too, just like Tamika has, that Sophie's now wearing her, well, I don't know if her natural brown hair, but she's wearing brown hair now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's it. They've great lips, except for Rob has been going back and forth with Statler from the previous season.
Yeah, so, Statler was digging up dirt.
She was. So saying that Rob actually comes from a silver spoon. I said, for real? Living like that? Okay.
And the crazy thing is that I believe her.
I mean, no reason to doubt her. She does.
Yeah.
He didn't dispute it. So, anyways, that was your show. I'm ready for the tell-all.
Yeah, I'm ready for the tell-all.
I'm ready for the tell-all. So that was it. That was really basically a few weddings and some weddings on the standstill, and that was it, y'all. So if nobody has any other comments, I'll let you go. It was quick, fast, and hurry.
Yeah.
So, well, Devonte, I hope you feel better.
Yeah, feel better.
Soon.
Devonte, I'm gonna inbox you on Instagram, make you laugh, Devonte.
And hopefully you're isolating from Miss Catrice.
Yeah.
So she's not sick too, and hopefully everyone else is doing in the chat doing well. Sharon, Phil Foster Dog Mom, Miss Sweet Tooth Jay. Anybody else I missed? The Jasmine Show. All you all. So hopefully y'all could join me back on Thursday for Married at First Sight, and we'll go from there.
Yes, that hot mess express.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, all right, everyone. Thank you for joining, and have a good evening. I'll see you next time.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.